At least 3 families, we are told, have been forced to live in the open air after their small houses were torn down by the Reconstruction and Development Corporation Recondev. One of the families was still there today. The mother had placed a pot on a fire hearth as her small children between the ages of 3 and 8 sat under the shade of trees on a land where their house once stood. The remains of their house and their belongings were spread out in the area. Not far away, another family arrived to pick up their belongings after their house was torn down on Wednesday. The children had skipped school to help move out of the place they called home for some 6 years. As troubling as the situation is, by their own account, Recondev had given them fair warning. But the situation for these families is not an easy one. Felito Chanin, a born Belizean, has been living in the area for 5 years and received a notice to vacate the premise about 6 months ago.
They start issuing us a letter that we need to come off because the land has owners by Recondev. And all different type of people are sending us letters and that we need to get out and all kind of thing. So when we did an investigation about it, all I did try to find out about the land, if the land has owner, if it was registered or whatever. So I went to the lands department and I had to check it out, but there was no registry under that name, or it was still under Recondev. So Recondev actually still owns the land. It's still under their thing. So they have the right to sell it to whoever they wish to sell it to. And that's the thing. When I went to Mr. Sabido and Mr. Manzanero, I asked them if it was possible that I could apply for the land. Me and my wife went and had a meeting with Mr. Sabido in his office, and he told me no. He said he can't do that because the land has an owner, and he can't sell it to nobody. And no land is available back here to sell to anybody. We just need to come off the land. That was his words.
He has been given until next Wednesday to leave, if not his house will be brought down. He says he has tried to get help from City Hall and the Lands Department, but nothing has worked out in his favor.
And from that moment until today, nothing at all.
So this is not a situation where you're not trying. It's not a situation where you're not willing to pay for a piece of land. It's just that you're not being given that opportunity.
Exactly. And that's the opportunity I'm asking for. That's all I was asking Recondev for. If they didn't want me to have this piece of land, well, at least allow me to pay for another piece of land. It didn't matter where the community it was, and they just deny me. They just don't want to listen to me at all.
A few yards away, Mario Velasquez and his family picked up their belongings. His family of 10 has been living here for 6 years. Another resident who wished to remain anonymous says he's been in the area with his family for 7 years.
I apply for the my house lot. They just ignore me. They said the person who in charge is not in the office all the time. They're in meeting. They're out of country. I asked for help. There's no help. Now they're saying today I have to move. What I will do? Huh? There are many, not just me.
Are you willing to pay for the land? Have you spoken to the people of Recondev to tell them that you're willing to apply for the land? If you have, what have they told you?
They told me no matter if I pay or what, I have to move. They don't want to hear about paying or staying. I born here and grow here, right?
Do you have anywhere to go, sir?
I have nowhere to go. I don't know where to go, what I will do. How will I manage the food, to sleep, where to go? So they are putting me on the street as a Belizean. Can I get any assistance or justice?
Chanin continues to find a way out, something he has to do in a matter of days.
Tourism gets slow, so, and that's the problem. Because if you can't pay your rent, then what you going to do? People are going to put you out of the street again with your family. And that's the reason why I've been asking. I originally came from a village called Tikettle Village. It was the same situation with the chairmans and the village council. I even put in application in that place, paid for land that they said $250, never got the land, never got the papers, nothing. So I moved to Belmopan with that intention that maybe I could do something here, I'm 50 years old and I don't own a piece of land. I'll definitely have to find somewhere to go, even if I have to rent somewhere or whatever. But that's the date they gave me, so I'll have to come out. Because I don't want to have any problem with the law or with them. So.
Meanwhile, other families are expected to face the same dilemma come next week, as more houses will be torn down, leaving families in the open.
They broke down their house the same day, and they didn't have anywhere to go, so they end up sleeping outside for like 3 days with the kids. I mean, in the dew water all night. You had like about 3 different families who did that, until finally they found somewhere where people had offered them, to build a little house in the yard or something.
And some of these children are students, I understand?
That's right, and they are Belizean kids.
Dalila Ikal, Love News.